everyone. We are channeling Ganesh today, and I'm super pumped about it. One of the reasons why I've decided to channel Ganesh is because my Nana, when she was alive, she would have little elephant figurines all over the house, and she would have them on the window ledge. She'd have them over on her dresser. She'd have them everywhere. Little elephants, all different kinds of shapes and sizes and colors. And I remember asking her one day, I said, Nana, why do you have all these elephants all over the house? And she said to me, because I feel connected to Ganesh, and they remind me of Ganesh. And I thought, cool. And at that time, I didn't even know who Ganesh was. I was like, okay, Nana, that's great. So, hi guys. So anyways, my Nana is the one that originally kind of fueled me in this direction with all of her little mini elephant figurines all over the house. My Nana was also a teacher of transcendental meditation, and she was also a huge figure and role model in my life. She was just a wonderful person, and feisty and fiery though, very opinionated, very direct, but I like that. I liked that part of her as well. And she wouldn't mince words, and she wouldn't hold back, and she still doesn't on the other side. So just when you think you got, you're going on your own way, no. Your loved ones still may come through with some guidance for you. And it's pretty wild how the longer that they have crossed over for, this is what I've come to see, the higher vibrational their frequency is, like they just transmute any heaviness or ego from the physical realm, and they may bring some of that forward to show that it's them, their personality from when they were inhabiting a body, but otherwise they really do transcend any heaviness from the physical realm, which is really awesome. And they often love to tell me how awesome and amazing and wonderful the other side is. And they often follow that up with, you can't imagine. No words can describe how just amazing it is over here. And so I really just relay that to the people that come to me for a reading. I've never had a soul come to me to channel through me that is stuck here or trapped here. Anybody who's ever coming through for a reading is crossed over. And the only times that I've ever experienced souls that are temporarily stuck or earthbound is twice in my entire life. So, and that wasn't even when I was doing mediumship. That's when I was cleaning homes way back when, a couple of years ago. I had my own house cleaning company, as you all know. And so that happened twice out of the entire time, where I realized, oh, there's an energy in the closet and it's stuck there. And so then Spirit will ask me to help cross them over. So that's pretty cool. So in my experience, there isn't too much of that. It's all wonderful over there. And, if there's anything that needs help, I bring in what I call the big guns. So that would be Archangel Michael or Jesus, or you can bring in the angels, any archangel, to come and cross anybody over to help them. So let's see, where are we going here? Because if anybody would like to participate and be a part of this, I'm going live in Intuitive Angel Messages group on Facebook. And you'll see that at the very end of this video. when it's up on YouTube, you will see what the backdrop looks like and everywhere else that you can come and visit. And after this today, we are coming live, myself and Shariah. Shariah, I just met you not long ago. You were in the Mediumship for Beginners course, which was in January. We also had one in September, and now the next one we're having is in March. So me and Shariah are going to be coming live and talking about our spiritual awakening, each of our spiritual awakening. I know hers is different than mine. Some spiritual awakenings can be vastly different from the other. And of course, I'm making a request of what I would like from spirit. And others, it just happens. They just like, holy Toledo. I've always made it clear that I like things to progress at a comfortable pace so that I'm not overwhelmed. And I think that that's really important. Maybe not for everybody. It may not happen that way for you. There may be lessons and learning in the moment when you have your spiritual awakening. So we'll see. It'll be kind of cool to answer some questions after that and see about your own spiritual awakening. So let's see where we're going here. I look under the event. So in Intuitive Angel Messages, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and post them under the events, and that's where I go. So I love this picture. Oh my goodness, this painting, Katie, is so brilliant, of Ganesh dancing. And the first question is, Ganesh, why do you dance? I think that's so cool. I have only briefly channeled Ganesh in the past, and I just chatted with Ganesh and asked Ganesh why he was connected with my Nana, and I just got a little bit of feedback on that, and that was it. That's the only times that I've ever chatted with Ganesh. So I'm going to give you a feel of what this is like when you channel spirit. Okay, it can be your loved one, it can be Ganesh, it can be an archangel, it can be your guardian angel, it can be your higher self. Okay, it can be all of these. And when you channel these energies, you can liken it to tuning into a radio station. And that's the beautiful thing about learning how to do that by coming and taking a Mediumship for Beginners course, for example. And so when you tune in and you figure out and you learn how they are communicating with you, then you can actually communicate with them. You may not just get it like I'm getting it right away, because I didn't either. But there are other ways that they are communicating with you other than auditorily that you can pick up on. And you can have that dialogue with them in other ways, which is really cool. So when you're channeling through an energy, it would be like trying on a new hat. This one's red and it's got Ganesh on the front, and I'm going to just try on Ganesh's energy. I'm still here, wink wink, and I'll bring through his words, his guidance, and his just whatever energy or how he wishes to present himself. Okay, and then I'm going to describe what it's like to you so that you have an idea of how it feels and how he is. Okay, so I feel just jolly joy, just a lot of vibrancy. It feels masculine, but not strong masculine, but masculine. Okay, and this energy is right behind me. It's all up my back and up over my head, and I feel a subtle pressure all the way up my body, and I'm also feeling some warmth. So these are key indicators that I've got someone knocking at my door, so who wishes to communicate. Okay, so I'm just going to listen in as to what Ganesh would like to relay, and then we're going to be off to the races. Very jolly, talking quickly. Thank you, Kristin. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm like just trying to keep up. I'm coming along for the ride with Ganesh. And it is my pleasure, my honor to be able to communicate through you in this way. It's a wonderful, joyous moment, is it not? And I'm like, yes, it is. Let's see where else we're gonna go here. So the visual I'm getting is fully of Ganesh. It's the full body. It's not just his face. And his trunk is kind of wrapped around a little bit, and his eyes are very joyous and kind of glazed, if you will. Very happy and glazed. Okay, so let's just see where else we're going to go. And now he's dancing. He's dancing around in a circle. Okay, so I'm just coming along for the ride. That's what a translator / channeler does. They just go along for the ride, and they tune out long enough to bring forth another energy. And we can all do this, by the way. So technically speaking, we are all mediums because we are all channeling all the time. Every time you get an idea that pops into your head that came out of nowhere, or you know the right thing to say to your friend in that moment when that friend needs you the most, right? When you get that image in your head that you forgot something in the house, when you get a strong pull in a certain direction and your gut feeling tells you move in this direction, or your gut feeling tells you to move away from that direction. So this is all channeling. We're all doing it every day, all the time. And it's a beautiful, beautiful gift and blessing to be able to do this. So just remember that we are all channeling all the time, and it is just wonderful to be able to connect with this energy that's around us all the time. Many of you recently have been typing, I've been watching and reading, that you are getting a lot of pressure, tingling, right here where your ear chakras are located. Many of you have been typing this recently, and I'm just like, awesome. Super awesome. So those are your ear chakras, and that is what happens when they are really starting to open, and your spiritual team will open them for you. And I think that's a real awesome thing too. Okay, so he's still dancing. Okay, so he's just really jolly. So if you see me laughing a lot, it's because I've just got absolute joy here with me. And I'm feeling it a lot through my chest and my stomach. So I don't know if any of you guys are feeling like really joyous and jolly, and your heart chakra and your solar chakra is open. This is what Ganesh is making me feel like a party's happening over here. And I'm invited. I love it. Okay, so he's still dancing. So I'm going to move to the first question unless you'd like to. Okay, now he's right up in my face. Okay, just give me a sec. He just stopped dancing and he's like this. In 2 seconds, right up in my face. I'm like, would you like to say anything before we get to some questions for you? Sure. It's just really quick. Everything's punchy and quick. It's an honor and a blessing to be here with each of you on Earth today. I often work with many of you who reside on Earth, although I also work with other beings that are on or inhabiting other dimensions. And he's very joyous about it. And I often work with other beings that inhabit other dimensions, he's saying. Okay? And his hand came out like this. So I'm like, okay, that's great. So what I want to ask him, what pulls you, what brings you to Earth? Like why do you choose to work here? There's a strong connection from individuals who reside here on Earth to him. And that is one of the reasons why he's pulled to earth, because your energy pulls him here. Okay? And he's strongly connected also to you. And the second reason is he's just so funny. Like, he's trying to figure out his fingers like an elephant with fingers, and he goes, and the second reason, oh, there we go, we got 2 fingers up, he goes like this, is because we need him here. We all really need help. Okay? Some of you need help and you don't realize you need his help, and some of you need help and you realize you need his help. I love it. He says, for example, Kristin doesn't often call upon me or ask me to step forward, but I'm always here should she need me. He's like, he's showing me that him and my Nana on the other side have conversed with each other from time to time. She enjoys his jolly energy. That sounds about right. Okay, so the first question for Ganesh is, why do you dance? He says, because it feels good. And because it infuses more joy and more high vibrational frequency when you dance. And this is what he wishes to infuse and to give to each of you here today, and this is why he dances. And he also likes to sing, and he also likes to use his trunk and make noise with his trunk. That's what he's saying. Okay, awesome. Okay, so the next question here is do you have any message for Carol? Any messages for Carol? You know what they do? They take a minute, they don't answer right away, and they start to pull in Carol's divine team. And then he starts to chat with her divine team, and then he'll bring in a message for Carol. Isn't that cool? So they don't just like, oh yeah, I got a message for you. No. This is all orchestrated on the other side. He brings in Carol's team. They have a conversation on the other side, which I can't hear because they don't want me to hear it. And then he'll have a message for Carol. The resting and retreating you are doing, Carol, is good for you. But remember to please get out there and connect with other like-minded souls. You can't find them unless you get out there and find them and locate them. He's like, it's like chuckling like this, and then he's saying, if you wish for me to help you with this, I will help to nudge you out of the house more and participate with other like-minded souls with certain activities and events. Thank you, Kristin. That is so cool. Okay. So, Carol, that is for you. All right, Michelle. I've been waking up at night making the strangest... You've been making the strangest sounds, Michelle. Oh, okay. So you've been waking up making the strangest sounds. Any ideas what that is from? Holy Toledo. He says, you know what sleepwalking is? And he says, so instead of sleepwalking, you are sleep sounding. He's calling it sleep sounding. It is expressing communicating one's dream state through vocally. He says that you're doing it at times and you don't even realize you're doing it. So you've just caught yourself doing it, but there are times where you're doing it where you don't even realize that you're doing it. That's what he's saying. When we go to sleep, we really work through a lot of what we're going through in our day-to-day lives through our sleep state. So we can do this in a mirage of different ways. And this is just one way, Michelle, that you're doing this. There is nothing wrong with you. He's really leaning in like this. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay? He really wants you to know that. Simply expressing, communicating. It's like when you go to sleep, he says all that stuff that's down here comes up to the surface and comes out. And it gets transmuted, he says too. Another way he says you can do it is by anything that's bothering you in your day-to-day life, communicate it, express it. Don't stuff it down and don't be silent. Also, if something's bothering you or worrisome, he says, you can hand it to your divine team of angels and they will begin helping you with it. Okay? So whatever's bothering you, whatever issues you have in that moment, you're calling in your team because they're here all the time. So why not access them and ask them to help you, right? It just makes sense. So those are the 3 ways, he says, that you can transmute the heaviness or the goings on in your 3-dimensional realities. And he says this would serve you best to do so. Okay, Elizabeth, I know you've got a lot going on right now, so we're going to just leave it open and see if your team would like to relay a message for you, okay? It's going to take us some time longer, Elizabeth, okay? But hold steady, rest and relax as much as possible. You're in the right location and you're in the right hands, okay? And it's going to turn around. It's just going to take some time. You were wise to return back to the hospital, and it's important to let go. Try not to worry or be stressed. I know that's not as easy as they're suggesting, but remember, call in your angels and hand that worry off to them. That's coming from me, I'm just reminding. So it's just going to take some time longer. I'm just going to get an idea of how much longer. See if they can give me anything like that. I think it's something like within a week, okay? I don't see anything really past a week. No, it's within a week, within the next 7 days, okay? Okay. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Lots of rest and relaxation. They know that maybe you just don't even want to hear that because you've been doing a lot of that. You're just being told more of that, and sometimes you've had enough. But this is going to be more of that. Okay. Sorry if I giggle and stuff. It's just Ganesh's energy just makes me a little airy and flighty. Tenzin, you're feeling burning heat from your spine. Any guidance on that? Is that an ascension symptom? And so now I'm going to tune in on that with Tenzin's spine heating up. Tenzin, he just went, yes, yes, yes. This is an ascension symptom. It is an increase of the light, the energy that is infusing within the. This light is coming to Earth, and it's infusing in the Earth and all of the inhabitants. So it's infusing into our bodies, and this can create more heat within your vessel. We have had a lot of energy come as of late, and there's still more to come through the spring. Okay, so when we get these ascension symptoms, it's really important to rest. If you need to just lay down, rest, do it. I've got this hot pocket on my upper neck and it's starting to heal up now, but my goodness, did it get me good. Just all this energy coming through my vessel when I'm sleeping at night. I've been waking up at 3:30 or 5 o'clock, and I've just got all my chakras wide open as I'm just flooding in all this energy, okay? And whether you're feeling this or not, just know that if you feel a little fatigued or tired or irritated or you have some anxiety, just know it very much well could be energy related. And that is an ascension symptom, and to take it easy. And just keep that in your mind, like, oh, I'm kind of feeling anxious or I'm irritated, my emotions are on the surface. That's what this energy can do. It can bring up all that old stuff that you've stuffed down in other lifetimes in this lifetime, and then it all comes up to the surface to get transmuted. But as it comes up to the surface, it's not feeling so comfy. But we can help them by, in the moment, anything that's bothering us right now, list off 10 today, write it down on a piece of paper and say, I would like you to help me with this. And it can be anything, okay? Anything. I know me and Sharia are going to be coming on live next at noon, and we're talking about our spiritual awakening. I know she was having some migraines, okay, like pretty intense ones. So the guidance I was receiving is that she was getting a lot of incoming energy and her chakras were being opened, because as your channels open, it's easier for you to communicate with spirit. So with that being said, all of her chakras, her crown chakra, her ear chakras, her third eye, her throat, all coming out the back, by the way, pineal gland area, 2 small ones behind the ear, all of these were being opened, okay? And that meant more energy was flooding in, which can cause headaches, migraines. So the guidance there was ask for it to step back, because you're getting these migraines, and it's important that you say, this is too much for me. I'm feeling too nauseous, or I'm getting migraines, or I'm feeling anxiety. Could you please step back, please? It won't stop, but it'll ease it off. So, since I've heard back from Sharia, that was, I think, 2 weeks later. She says, I haven't had a single migraine. So, it's really important. If you're feeling that anxiety, if you're feeling any of these ascension symptoms, head out and lean your back on a tree, even for 5 minutes. Let the tree, let the earth pull this energy through your vessel, and because a lot of it will build up in your vessel, causing ascension symptoms. So it's really important to ground yourself in order for it to get pulled through, okay? Mentally, you can even say, Earth, could you please pull this energy through my body, out my root chakra and my feet at all times to make these ascension symptoms easier for me. Thank you. Thank you. Do it. It works great. Trying to give you guys some help and relief. Kristin, how to release all fears to start my own business, to finally work for myself, to live more balanced life. Okay, it's going to be you working and then doing this on the side. It's not like you're quitting your job and you're only going to be working with being self-employed. And Ganesh is pointing at me because it was like this for me I didn't even consciously even remotely think that, people would want to watch me on YouTube. People would want to come to me to hear their team of angels and their spirit guides and their loved ones. No way. Never. No way. Did I think I'd ever, be asked to quit my cleaning business? No. But I definitely was told by spirit that it would be coming. I was given signs of laptop, working from home, PayPal. These are all little cues I was getting. And I was like, when's it going to happen? Is it going to happen? So I kept doing what I was doing for my 3D job, if you want to call it that, and doing this higher vibrational work that I really love doing it on the side. And it doesn't matter what it is. And So this is how this is going to play out, in that you're still going to work full time, but do it on the side. And be gentle with yourself. That's what he's saying. Be gentle with yourself. Take it easy, step by step. Things progress. Things don't have to just unfold overnight. Step by step, one foot in front of the other. It's best not to overwhelm. What you create is a real blessing to those who get to set their eyes upon it. That's what he's saying, okay, Kristin? So what you create is very light-filled, it's very high vibrational, and it's a blessing for those who get to set their eyes upon it. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my God. Okay, Kristin, that's the answer there. He's also calling you an earth angel, and he's sending you his love. Okay, so let's see the next question here for Ganesh. Okay, Karen, I think we know the answer to this question. I'll ask Ganesh if you wish. You would like to know if you are an earth angel and if you're on the right path of your light work. Now, Ganesh is turning his attention off to my left, and I know he's conversing with your team because I don't hear what he's saying. He's chatting with somebody. Okay, and you want to embrace this your service to this world. Thank you, dear one. Okay, yes. You're welcome, Kristin. So, the guidance that's going to come back here is... I'm just still waiting. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, Ganesh says for you, Karen, this is an inside job. It's an inside job. It will always start from within you first and foremost. Oh, he's going to put me in the hot seat. Here he goes. Kristin could not do this work until she let go of certain things and certain beliefs. She had already built up her self-worth, and self-love, but he says my self-care was lacking. Okay, so my self-care was lagging behind. And what does that mean? Okay, so I had some low vibrational thinking that was still there. I was consuming a lot of alcohol. I wasn't treating my vessel kindly by eating copious amounts of sugar, yes. And I was eating a lot of foods that were not healthy for my vessel. Right. That doesn't mean I'm perfect now, by the way, Karen. But it means I'm a lot further ahead than where I was. And enough in order for me to be able to do what I'm doing now. So when he says it's an inside job, it's not just about how you treat your vessel, the foods you eat, but also the thoughts in which you think and the feelings and emotions that you house within your vessel. All of that plays a role. And that is the number one important thing at this time. Because in order to step forward and help many, one must first help themselves. That's what he's saying. Okay. And he's saying, thank you, dear one. Okay? He's just leaning forward and honoring you, Karen. Karen, he loves your sense of humor. Okay? And he's like chuckling with his chest when he's saying that. So he loves your sense of humor. He loves your spirit. He loves the joy that resides from within you and the humor. But he wants to remind you not to use it to deflect from, to use the humor to deflect or neglect what needs to be focused on within you. Okay. Okay, Karen, there you go. Yeah, Katie would like to know, why do you choose the shape of an elephant? He says, because that's who I am. I'm like, okay. Okay, do you want to give anything else there? Like, I mean, I'm sure you could shape shift into anything you wished if you wanted to. He goes, no, I'm an elephant. Okay. Okay, anything else you want to say on that? He sees the elephant as being a wise, an old wise creature inhabiting Earth, and he loves the energy, the frequency, and he's really infused into being this, and this is who he is. Fascinating. Okay, and now he's doing a dusting off of hands, which tells me he's done describing that. Okay, Kim would really appreciate any guidance in regards to her spiritual journey. Again, Ganesh is saying it's an inside job, isn't it, Kim? It's an inside job, isn't it? Please take the guidance that was given to Karen, and he would like to replicate that also for you. Although he's talking about your self care as in your physical vessel is actually pretty good, he says. Self-worth is where he'd like to focus. And knowing you are worthy of anything you wish to put your mind to, anything you wish to focus upon, and anything you wish to do. And he wants me to keep doing this with my finger around my face. I don't know. Like he's really circling my face because he's circling your face, Kim. He's doing your face. Anything you put your mind to or wish to do in this world, you can do it. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. So go forth and do it. Anything else on that? He's just focusing in on you resting and relaxing as you take in more energy in the months coming up. Okay, Sheena, you little rascal. What is your favorite crystal and why? He just puts he's like laughing. He goes, I love all crystals. He's just so joyous, and he's like, I love all crystals. So, with that being said, he loves all crystals. He loves clear quartz, but he loves them all. He loves the earth. He loves the earth. He loves the inhabitants upon the earth's back. He loves everyone here. And now he's dancing. Okay. It's not just crystals that he loves. He loves other stones and metals. He enjoys... Oh my goodness. So when you're saying that, are you saying that from a vantage point of you incarnating here then? You love the air that can be breathed here. He loves the ocean. He loves the smells. He loves the soil. He loves the dirt. He loves the trees. He's just really going off right now. He loves the entire experience of being here on Earth. So obviously, he's incarnated here. That just shows you how much I know about Ganesh, which is pretty much that. I haven't Googled him. I don't know much. I just know he's jolly from what everybody else has told me, and my Nana really enjoyed him. Okay? So he loves, he's just laughing at me now. He loves the water that comes out of the earth to drink. And he highly suggests that we do the same with spring water. He is saying that again. He's really talking about all the natural products that are created he really wishes that we would move in that direction, okay? And move towards natural soaps and natural shampoos and natural body washes and natural creams, natural makeup. Okay, he says, okay, that's enough. Oh my goodness. Okay, Esther. Okay, would love some guidance on my journey towards a conscious long-term relationship and if relocation is advised at this moment. Thank you for your beautiful energy placed into channeling Ganesh for guidance. You're welcome. So, Esther, the first thing you and I and any one of us can do is it best, you've asked this question, okay, for you to have more of a conscious long-term relationship and if relocation is best. So I tune my mind out because it's not going to come from me, so I just tune my vessel out and I'm not getting an open feeling in my chest and my stomach, okay? It's not relaxed. It's like this. And I'm getting a little bit of nausea in my stomach. So your team is doing this through my vessel, through my chakras, telling me no. The answer is no. This is what I'm getting, okay? So now I'm going to listen in to more guidance on this topic. You're welcome. I can hear your male and your female guardian angel behind me on my right, and is primarily your male stepping forward to communicate. And okay, so he's just saying it's an honor to communicate through me. He's thanking me. And the guidance for you is follow your internal guidance system, dear one. Follow your internal guidance system. The internal guidance system that you are receiving, the internal guidance that you are receiving is for your highest and best good. And he's saying that, okay, go ahead, that you do know this, guidance. This is why you're asking for confirmation on this conversation, on this topic. Okay, he says, the idea of something and the reality of something can often be two different things. The idea of something can be seen like, ooh, well, maybe you can fantasize about it. But then the reality of it can be something entirely different. Follow your internal guidance system, please, dear one. Okay. And again, it's just a straight pullback on this. There was a time where I relocated for a partner that I felt was a soulmate, and the strong connection was the only thing that took me back to a location I had been previously and took a job that I had previously. And I got a strong gut feeling that it was not the right decision to make. Don't do it. But the strong feeling I had tied to this person was so strong that I did it anyways. And I'm an indigo, so we just kind of, let's go head first and see what happens, even though I'm getting a bad gut feeling on this. And that's exactly what happened. Things fell apart. I moved out. I lived on my own, and then I ended up moving back to where I had been before. So sometimes you need to make those decisions even when you're getting a strong gut feeling that it's not the best. And but now I've learned over the years, follow that gut feeling. Unless you want to do it the hard way, you can always do it that way too, because sometimes us indigos like to do that. All right. Faye, can Ganesh give you some help on your path? Faye, you can ask Ganesh within your mind or out loud or on a piece of paper, any which way, they all hear it. Picture everything like a big radio station, and you're a part of that radio station all the time, and you don't even know it. Most people are walking around very unconscious and not aware that what they are thinking and speaking is actually creating more of what they're thinking and speaking. So if you don't like something, probably best not to complain about it for a long period of time, because then you're just going to create more thoughts of the same thing that you're complaining about and more of the same thing, actual reality in your reality. The more you complain, the more you're creating more of the same. Yeah, that's happening. So it's really best to pay attention and be aware and shift your attention. You don't even have to shift your thoughts right away. Just take your attention off that thought and hand it off to your team of angels and move on and do the dishes, do laundry. But just take your attention and your awareness off that thought and that feeling. If it's a really strong emotion and feeling, then you might need to sit there, and then you can revel in it for a bit. You can say, I want a red room, and you just create a red environment around you if you wish to do that. And then you can just let it out and express how you feel. And then your team knows to come and transmute that. And take it and transmute it. And just let it out. It's the best counseling you could ever do. All right. So, what guidance would like to be relayed for Faye? You're on the path of awakening. You're tippy-toeing on the path of awakening. You're curious. You are expanding your awareness. This is a process that will take lifetimes, Faye. So this is something that is going to take other lifetimes ahead to learn and grow. But they love that you are curious and asking questions. Okay? Okay. They'd like you to write down on a piece of paper every single thing that you would like help with in your life so that they can get busy and get to work. And keep adding to that piece of paper. Keep adding to that piece of paper every month. Okay. Ashley, I'd love to hear what Ganesh thinks about veganism and meat consumption. Love, love, love you both. Okay. Okay, so Ganesh is giving me a visual. Some individuals physically are built differently than other individuals. Different DNA makeup, different blood type, different consciousness within their vessel. Some are more awake and aware, and some are not. Some have a different type of blood type. Some have a different DNA makeup. He says the goal moving forward is to not consume the creatures on Earth. Yes. However, some are finding this difficult to move in this direction. Some have dietary restrictions. Some have digestive issues. Some individuals process certain foods differently than other individuals. So please do not shame those who choose to eat flesh. However, if you are feeling guided or drawn to veganism or even vegetarianism, please research this, see if it is best for you. You can try it out for short stints of time, but also in conjunction with ensuring that your body can live this way, can process and consume the either way can consume the digestive material properly. Again, he reiterates, some bodies are built differently than others. Some individuals are more awake and aware, and some are not. He also wants to remind everyone, as I've heard Spirit say this so many times, sometimes I'll see pictures and stories of animals being abused on earth, and it is so difficult for me. And immediately, Jesus comes in and says, do not feel sorry. Do not dip your frequency for these animals, okay? And that's a tough one. It's so easy to hear that, but then to do it. But he just reminds me that these animals are coming here to help us, whether it's to be our pets or to be nutrition, or to be, if you want to call it nutrition, food. They're coming here for us, and their souls are coming forth into these vessels in order to, well, really, I guess you could say sacrifice themselves, right? And it won't be forever. It won't be forever. If you feel guided to donate money or to help in some way rescue animals, and they're also suggesting that we go to shelters to have pets rather than pet shops. And if you see an animal being abused, obviously do something about it. But please do not sink your frequency for the sake of those who are contributing here on earth. And they say it as contributing here on earth. Whether it's in a positive way or not, there is contribution happening, right? Not easy to hear that, but it's the way that Spirit sees it. And they just want to remind us that this is but a temporary experience here on earth, okay? So, in the moment, if you feel guided to move in a certain direction or to take action, do so. But do not wallow or pity those who sacrifice themselves willingly. Just got that straight in through the top of my head from Jesus. That's pretty full on. Thank you, dear ones. And Jesus knows it's not easy to hear that. He's saying that right now. But that is a broader perspective for us. Okay, so let's move to the next question. The second you ask, Ashley, the second Ganesh comes and helps you. The moment you ask. So if you like that, you bet. And you don't know how they're going to help. My car was breaking down at one point, and I didn't know how I was going to replace it. This is 4 years ago, and 5 years ago. And I remember asking Jesus for help, and then I left it in his hands because the how's not up to me. I asked my angels too, of course. Everybody, hey, I need help with this. Did I think that I would get in a car accident and have a big check sent to me in the mail from my insurance company? No. But it happened, and I was okay. But the car was written off, and this woman had swerved into me, and the police officer was the ultimate witness in a van behind me, and a big check came in the mail, and I was able to get the whole car replaced, and I had money left over. It was wonderful. So you don't know how they're going to help you. And I knew Jesus was on the passenger side the whole time it was happening. So I knew, I was like, well, at first I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, okay, Jesus is here, all right. I knew what was going on. So ask and let them bring it in. And then get out of your own way and stop worrying about it. That's the other part. Bucking against the current, worrying about things that, it's just this perpetual worrying. It's almost like the more we worry, the more we manifest more thoughts of worrying. So you worry, then you manifest more thoughts of worrying and more. And it's like an old tape pattern. So how do you break that? By writing down a list of everything that you're worrying about and handing it off to your team of angels. And in every single moment as it's coming up, you give it to your team of angels. Or you can give it into a gold box, or you can give it to your grandma, or you can give it to Ganesh, whomever. And I've got a little light there on my forehead. That's great. Okay, Emma, I've been wondering if it is fine to translate the Vedic mantras into our own language. How cool! When praying to the Hindu gods, or is it more powerful to try to sing them in Vedic? Oh, he's like, no, any language is fine. He's doing this little hand gesture again. I love it. It doesn't matter what language it is in. Everything is energy, vibrational frequency. So it's actually more of how you say it, the oomph behind it, the love behind it, the energy behind it. Everything is about the energy behind the words, or behind the song, behind the music, behind the dance. Oh my goodness. And that's what matters most. You can translate it if you'd like to into your own native tongue. However, it isn't necessary. Only if you wish. Okay? That's what he's saying. Kathy, is my recent relapse with low vibrational thinking coming up from my past? Didn't last long, but uncomfortable. Well, we just got a doozy of energy here on Earth for the past at least week. It's still kind of knocking me around a little bit now. So, that being said, it's likely all of that stuff that's been stuffed down. And when we have this light anchoring through our vessel, it brings all of it up to the surface, which then presents as low vibrational thoughts, second guessing, self-doubt. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? And it's this low vibrational stuff. And your job is to recognize what that is. That thought is not you. That emotion is not you. Because as I've often heard from the angels, we are high vibrational beings of light and love. Right? So all of this coming up to the surface to get transmuted into the light in order to lift and raise your vibrational frequency, in order to transmute that heaviness. So if you've had a lot of heaviness coming up for you over the past 2 weeks to a month, there's a good reason why. And your job is to recognize what it is and then just allow the light to naturally transmute it. You're anchoring more light. Your vessel is taking in more light. Your chakras are probably opening and expanding more in order to take in more light. And all that heaviness has to go somewhere. But when it comes up to the surface, it can be real heavy. It can be really heavy. So your job then in the moment is to say, ooh, I'm feeling heavy. Maybe we could transmute this, please. And then your job is to rest and relax and ground yourself. Yes, lots of grounding, lots of resting. Anything else that would like to come through for Kathy on this topic? Kathy, your team goes like this. Like there's nothing left to be said on that one. Is there anything that you'd like to say to Kathy? The heaviness is coming up to the surface, dear one, as Kristin has stated. Remember the joyous being that you truly are underneath it all. Remember who you truly are underneath it all. Always remember who you truly are. And disassociate yourself from these heavy feelings. Also talking about attachments. Okay, so let's talk about that. What is that? This isn't that you have an attachment of energy, okay? And this isn't this isn't the type of attachment of energy that Spirit wishes to bring forward at this time. The attachment that Spirit is speaking of is our attachment to complaining, low vibrational thinking, worry, fear, doubt, Sometimes we have an attachment to that. So when these low vibrational feelings and emotions and thought forms come to the surface, it is our responsibility. Ooh, Kathy, your angels are It is our responsibility to transmute them into the light, dear one. It is our responsibility to transmute them into the light. Your angel just said, just like the light on Kristin's face. Okay? So the light will take it. But knowing that this is here and happening at this time and disassociating from it by realizing and recognizing what it is and transmuting it by giving it off into the light, that's our responsibility. That's not who we are. It is a byproduct of the transmutation process which is occurring on planet Earth at this time, dear ones. Thank you. Man, Kathy, I seriously love your angels. Kate, is there anything I can do better to release resistance and doubts? It's a repeat of the guidance that's already come through, and it is you handing off each and every single one in every single moment of every single day. And that can be 20 times a day. It's your new homework. I remember when my angels came to me 14 years ago and asked me to do this. And don't you miss a time, Kristin. 20 to 25 times a day. So at the end of the day, whoops, I only did it 10 times. Oh, I got another 10. So I would sit there at the end of the day and I'd think about 10 things I wanted to hand off to my team of angels. Because my angel made it real clear that if I really wanted this, if I really wanted to shift this energy, and if I wanted to shift these low vibrational thoughts, lack thinking, pity party for one thinking, boo-hoo poor me thinking, I had it all. And so in order to take this seriously, it was really important to sit and hand them off, and don't you miss a day. And I did that for 2 weeks, and I didn't miss a day because I knew she was watching me. All right. Okay, so Miss Bailey, we are going to channel some guidance for you, and we are going to take a couple more questions here. Any message from your son Ben's? Let's go with your son Ben's guardian angels. With him being sick. He's very sensitive and he's very open, similar or like myself. So it's really important to rest and relax when needed. Not overtax him or do too much. Some souls need to be more gentle with themselves when incarnating on Earth than others. Others can, like they're saying, do a lot more. It's usually more physical, and at times when a soul is more sensitive, more open, more aware, and likely going to become more awake much more quickly, it's really important to take it gentle and easy with yourself. And boy, my angel keeps me in check on that one. Oh yes. If I'm not resting enough, if I'm not relaxing enough, if I'm doing too much, she's letting me know. Go to bed earlier. Stop watching the internet. Okay, so anything else here? There's also a lot being learned with Ben going through this right now. A lot of lessons are being learned. A lot of growth is taking place. That's why a soul chooses to come to Earth, to learn and grow through the contrast. Not many souls will choose to learn and grow in this way. I've heard this many times, by the way, through many readings. Resting and relaxing. Anything else for Ben at this time? No. It's a process that he's going through to learn and grow from. And it's really important to rest and relax. I can speak on my own behalf. There was a time when I didn't know how I was going to get well, and it was just like month after month. And at one point, it was a full year. And I just, you know what? I researched and I researched and I researched. And I came to a point where I had to change my diet, and I was so regimented with it for 2 weeks, and it's turned my health around. And then, of course, you fall off the bandwagon again, and then you get back on again. But I was able to turn my own health around by changing my diet and getting acupuncture with the digestive issues that I had. And then ultimately, I've had surgeries, which has been a godsend, for sure. Anything else that we want to recommend here? No. So I don't know if you want to elaborate more on that and have more of a specific question with that, but that's what I'm getting. He's learning from this. You too are learning from this. It's best for him to rest and relax at this time. Ruth, first of all, hats off to you for doing a sustainable house project. Awesome. You feel very strongly guided. Don't give up. Okay, so your male guardian angel has popped in here on my left. How do I know it's different from Ganesh? Because it's a completely different vibrational frequency. It's very strong, and it came in on right here into my head, right here. Strong pressure like this, and I heard don't give up. Okay, so why have there been so many obstacles? It's not what is taking place or transpiring in your life, it's how you choose to respond to it. He beats no bushes, eh? Woo-woo. He's so straight to the point. Okay, Ruth? So clearly this is the kind of communication you might be needing right now. That's why he's this way. So it's not about what's transpiring, it's how you choose to deal with it, handle it, however which way you want to say it, endure through it. Any other suggestions? Keep high vibrational and do not give up. He's also talking about some things that are really worthwhile. They are worth the wait. They are worth the extra time, effort, energy, and money. And they are completely aware of what is transpiring, and they are working behind the scene to ensure that all obstacles are cleared for you moving forward. Your job is to house high vibrational thoughts about this project and know that all obstacles will be dissolved. Go forth, dear one, and practice this way of being. Thank you, dear one. Okay. That was intense. Vera, please, I need guidance on my path life. What are my angels saying? Am I going to make it in this field I chose? Okay, so the first thing that is coming up is when you question things, when you doubt things, when you feel insecure about things, when you have a lack mentality about things, you're actually going to create more of that. So let's not do that. It's a lower vibrational frequency, so they're also stating that it is going to manifest slower than high vibrational thoughts and feelings. So let's take that, am I going to make it, and hand it off to them. First things first. That's the first thing that they're asking you to do. All worry, all lack thinking, all insecurities in every given moment are to be handed off to them. That's your job. They're literally saying that. That's your job in every moment of every single day. That's your job. Okay, so that is how direct they're being here right now. So other than that, okay, so that's your homework. And as far as being on, did you choose the right field? There's no right or no wrong field. There is simply testing the water to see what works and what does not work. Okay, when one starts moving into awakening, okay, or becoming more aware, more awake, realizing that they're coming out of the three-dimensional reality, right? And they're starting to realize, oh, there's more here than meets the eye. And again, it's an inside job. They're reiterating that as well. But as you come out and you're like, well, what am I going to do? You just kind of like try several different things. Some people go into acupuncture, some go into massage, some go into Akashic record reading, some go into, it just goes on and on. So it's really important to tune in to your internal guidance system to see if this path is what is best before you step forward onto it. Otherwise, you can try and you will learn and you will gain experience. So there's no right or wrong way of going. But they're saying right now, this one has always wanted the best path for her highest and best good. And she's always asked the question, what is in her highest and best good? What path is for her highest and best good? Which is very wise, they're saying. So rather than just dabbling and not tuning in to your internal guidance system, which is them and your higher self guiding you as to what path is best or not, okay? Because there have been paths in my life where I'm like, oh yeah, that's it, I'm so doing it. And my angel's like, nope. I'm like, yeah, but I have to because I got this reason, that reason, the money, blah, 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 blah. Nope. And I could be down to my last $20 and they don't care. They don't care. I mean, they care, but they clearly have a broader perspective. They knew it was coming in next. And it did always come in next. So when I was guided not to take a job or move in a certain direction, something else always was followed up by that. And they always steered me in the right direction right afterwards. And the money always came in. It always came in. Okay, so anything else we want to talk about on this topic? They want you to allow them to guide you accordingly, and you will soon see. Okay? So, the worry, the doubt, the fear, handing that off repeatedly, that's your job, and to turn those thoughts around. You don't even really have to turn them around per se, you just have to hand off the low vibrational ones. Okay, so they get transmuted and then they just don't come back. You're like, oh, I haven't worried about money in like a month. That's when you know you've turned things around because they've transmuted that. All right. They will guide you accordingly. That's what he just said again. Anya, you're so adorable. I can't believe I missed the start. Okay, your painting career and spirituality. This is just like Kristin, similar or like to Kristin, okay? In that those who place their eyes upon your artwork, your pieces of work, are blessed to set their eyes upon this. You know, artwork isn't just what you're looking at visually. It's actually the energy that's coming from it. Just like when you're watching me on camera. It's not like you're just watching me. You're actually getting the energy through the camera, okay, that is helping cleanse you, help lift your frequency, helping transmute the heaviness, whatever you need. So it's a beautiful thing when one gets to set their eyes upon it, as Spirit says, because it's much more than just what you're looking at. Okay, anything else on that? Oh, they're tying this in with Katie as well. Anya, Christine, Katie, this is all for you. Keep moving forward, keep stepping forward, keep enjoying the process. That's all that matters. I never went into what I'm doing now thinking, oh, I'll earn a living and I'll quit my day job. No. I went into this like, oh, I enjoy it. I'm having fun doing this. And I am learning so much, and other people are learning so much, and it's just such a fun, wonderful process. And there are so many layers to it, and it's always new and enjoyable. Like, it's different every time. So with that being said, it just transitioned into being what it is now. I never put any restrictions on it. And I just know that we are all abundant, and money will just keep flowing forward, and everything's going to be just as that is, because I am manifesting that to be so. And as soon as you're spending money, you just see that money coming right back into your bank account. And then just see it as that, and turn your attention to what is. Turn it off of what is, okay? Because all that is manifested from your past thoughts. So now you're going to move forward, and you're going to manifest different stuff by turning your attention away from what is and manifesting new. So sweet. Okay. Patty, what is your angel's name? First of all, the angels, I know you guys have heard me say this a billion times, they don't really care what you call them. So, with that being said, I jokingly told my guardian angel, Agnes, the other day, I said, hey, I'm singing this song, Kiki, do you love me? I'm going to call you Kiki now. And she just rolled her eyes at me and laughed. But really, I've had an angel come through and call herself Jemima. And then she showed me Aunt Jemima. And then the woman said, are you serious? And I said, yeah. She says she's Aunt Jemima. And she says, I saw an energy at the base of my bed 4 nights ago, and it looked just like Aunt Jemima. I go, well, we know who that is then. Jemima here. So really, your angels will bring through names even for confirmation. So let's see what Patty's guardian angel's name is. I'm getting your male guardian angel stepping in first. This is your get going, your life's purpose angel, the one helping you fulfill what you set forth to fulfill when coming into this life experience. This is your male guardian angel. And he is saying his name is Rupert. That was very easy. I can hear it, and he spelt it out for me. Rupert. And your female guardian angel, Patty, starts with an S. It's very smooth sounding, and her energy is much smoother too. Go ahead. Shay. So S-H-A-Y. Shay. Very smooth like that too. Very feminine and smooth. Again, it's not, Shay is saying here, it's not the name that is the most important. It is stilling and quieting your mind and asking us to step forward so that you can feel our frequency surrounding your vessel. Isn't that beautiful? It's very soft and smooth. Yes. She's saying thank you, dear one, and I'm saying thank you back. Okay, so the last messages that would like to come through from Ganesh are, he's hanging out up above me while all the angels come in behind me. So now he's just coming in slowly behind me, dropping down in behind me. Ganesh's last words are, "You are all beings of light and love, housed temporarily in these vessels. Try not to take things too seriously. Would you? Please try not to take things too seriously, would you?" Time is an illusion. Linear time is an illusion. In truth, there is only this present moment of now. And when you begin to quiet your minds and bring your attention to this present moment of now, then you will see the truth that you are eternal beings of light and love. And where you place your attention, where you place your thoughts, where you place your awareness is what you will create more of. It's also really important to keep your attention as much as you can in the present moment of now, because this is where the ego doesn't reside in the present moment. Most of us, he says, are worrying about what we have to do in the future, or what's going to transpire in the future, or we're mourning and grieving, or we are fixated on what has transpired in the past, what we could have done better, what we should have done better, or did differently. All of that is gone. There is only this present moment of now. Please keep your attention and awareness in this present moment of now. Peace be with you all. Peace be with you all. Thank you, dear ones. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, me and Shariah are going to be coming back on live and talking about our spiritual awakening experiences in 36 minutes. I'll see you soon. Bye.